Now at 5, the first forecast is out. Hurricane season is less than 60 days away. Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber will join us live with the details at the National Tropical Weather Conference. And you have questions, we've got answers. We'll share new information about our water crisis at the city's weekly briefing. Your News at 5 starts now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. Hurricane season is less than 60 days away and the first forecast is out. Colorado State University predicts a near average season with 13 named storms. Our weather team spoke with Dr. Phil Klotzbach, who breaks down all the numbers. Take a listen.
Yeah, so we're forecasting a slightly below normal hurricane season this year, a total of 13 named storms. Of those 13, 6 becoming hurricanes. Of those 6, 2 becoming major Category 3, 4, 5 hurricanes on the Saffir-Simpson wind scale. Those are hurricanes with winds of 111 miles per hour or greater. For reference, an average season has 14 storms, 7 hurricanes, 3 majors, so basically 1 fewer in all those categories.
Experts say the transition from La Niña to El Niño will help keep storm numbers down. El Niño creates wind shear that makes it harder for hurricanes to form. The university will release its next forecast in June. Well, for more on this, we bring in Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber, who joins us live from the National Tropical Weather Conference in South Padre Island. Steph, can you expand a little more on what this could mean for us?
Yeah, Glada, so there's a lot of implications for the entirety of the Atlantic Basin. So that'd be the Atlantic Ocean, the Caribbean Sea, and the Gulf. So here in Corpus, specifically along the coastal bend, we're very concerned with anything that's brewing in the Gulf. And so when we're talking about La Niña, El Niño, those are things that pertain to ocean waters in the Pacific changing temperature. That in turn is a domino effect, changes the dynamics of the air above us, the atmosphere. Think of it like a second ocean. So then that affects our hurricane season. So as of today, NOAA says La Niña is donezo. We are done with that. We are now in what I like to call La Nada. We're in a neutral phase, and then we're going to be moving toward El Niño probably sometime later this summer. The target time frame for that prediction, maybe July, maybe early August. And so that timing is going to be very crucial because what happens during August, we start ramping up into the heart of hurricane season. So it's not a perfect science. It's not a guarantee, but the tendency, the likelihood is that we will probably see a quieter start of the season because El Niño is going to be kicking in. So, of course, there have been years just like this where we saw a little activity here along the Texas coast, years like that being in 2015 with Tropical Storm Bill making landfall on Matagorda Island. That was something that impacted us, brought flooding rains to San Antonio and to our neighbors in Alice. So we'll continue to track what's going on and bring you the latest updates from here at the conference in our upcoming hurricane special, Plan, Prepare, Survive. You can look for that toward the end of May when NOAA, the NHC, also releases their forecast. But hey, right now, we've got some rain to talk about in the forecast. I'll have that coming up for you in just a few.
Steph, thank you so much. The city's fourth water briefing was held at City Hall today. Of course, we had questions for the city, but so did you. We asked our viewers on Facebook on Wednesday to submit questions about the water crisis. Our Drew Bishop then took a few of those questions and asked the city manager. One question, why does industry use half the water but not pay for half the solution?
I know the answer is that they are paying their fair share. I recommended in one of our budget processes and City Council approved it. It was literally a doubling of the rates for large volume users. All customers pay proportional to the water they use. So if they're using 50 to 60% of the water, they're paying 50 to 60% of all the costs associated with that water.
If you want to see more questions or more answers to your questions, scan the QR code on your screen or go to christv.com/runningdry. It will show you this story along with all of our water coverage. Now, to view the morning's entire water briefing, just scan the QR code on your screen with your smartphone or just head over to the YouTube page for KRIS 6 News. As the water crisis continues here in Corpus Christi, neighbors in Sinton are taking matters into their own hands. They're holding a rally for Sinton this weekend, voicing their concerns over the water crisis. Sinton is home to many farmers and other neighbors that depend heavily on our water supply. Coming up tonight at 6, our Stephanie Molina speaks with the organizers and what this means for them. So you can stay up to date on all of our running dry coverage. You'll find all of our stories on our website, christv.com. Just scan this QR code on your screen. Corpus Christi's mayor is fighting back her potential removal. Mayor Paula Guajardo attorneys sent a warning letter to all 8 city council members Wednesday, telling them to back off the removal process or get ready for a lawsuit. Attorney John Flood says at least 4 council members who voted on removing the mayor were at those controversial 2024 meetings that started it all. That means they can't be impartial judges in their own case. Flood argues this makes it impossible to get 5 votes needed to remove the mayor, and any vote they take would get tossed in court. Now, the council meets Tuesday to figure out their next move, including whether to move forward with formal impeachment articles and set up hearings. First responders were honored today at the Corpus Christi Firefighter Department Awards. But for EMTs Marco Trevino and Adam Esquivel, one call still stands out. Back in January, they were the first to respond after an officer, Alexandra Cano Castro, was shot in the head, a high-stress moment where every second counted.
Definitely feel proud for our actions we took that day, but I would like to think that it was just another day for us.
They say that's the mindset. Stay calm, move fast, and do the job, even in moments that are anything but regular. But for them, they don't need the awards. They just say it's just a part of showing up when someone needs it the most. Well, dispatchers are the first to respond to a tragic scene, but even without physically being there. And today, Linda Campbell was recognized for saving not just one life, but 2. Well, Ernest Flores called 911 after he found his pregnant wife unconscious, but he thanks God for putting Linda Campbell on the other side of that call.
I was getting him calm. I was trying to get him calm so we could do CPR because he had already told me she was purple and then that she was pregnant.
I'm grateful and blessed that God put her in my life in that moment, and she answered the call and she told me what to do, and she wasn't panicked and she guided me, and because of her, my wife and my daughter are here today, like 100%. And of course God too, like I give all my thanks to God. Without him, my wife and daughter also wouldn't be here.
Ernest tells us this is a story he will tell his daughter for the rest of her life. The healthy baby girl is 2 months old. Well, Chris Six has been selected as one of 5 Texas Newsroom to join a major statewide investigative journalism partnership. The program is led by ProPublica and the Texas Tribune. 6 Investigates will spend the next year reporting on state and federal efforts to restrict local control, working alongside the Houston Chronicle, KXAN, the Texas Observer, and the Big Bend Sentinel. The partnership launched in 2020 and distributes its reporting free to news organizations across Texas and beyond. An Army doctor faces nearly 100 new charges of sexual misconduct. Dr. Blaine McGraw was initially charged in December with indecent visual recording. Now the number of alleged incidents has grown from 54 to 146. The new preferred charges include sexual assault and secretly filming a victim off post. One alleged victim says she is relieved to see progress in the case.
We'd been waiting for this news for a few months now to see when the other charges were going to be preferred. So we were really happy to see this finally happening.
Advocates with the League of United Latin American Citizens are standing with the victims. They are now pushing for military policy changes. That includes requiring chaperones in the room during medical exams to prevent future assaults. For now, they are standing with victims who are happy to know that they are not alone. A new lawsuit out of Weslaco claims an energy drink caused the death of a 17-year-old cheerleader. Attorneys for Larissa Rodriguez family says a coroner's report found the teen died last October from an enlarged heart caused by stress and a large amount of caffeine from Alani energy drinks. Now, the lawsuit claims Alani drinks contain twice the maximum daily amount of caffeine recommended for teens. Alani also contains undisclosed amounts of stimulants that can cause cardiac issues and death, according to the lawsuit.
It's because the continuous drinking of caffeine, continuous drinking of these drinks started making her heart have problems, the risks associated with high caffeine. So her heart started swelling.
This company, I believe, is fully aware they've weaponized it to target our youth. And quite frankly, it's almost like they're trying to find the next wave, right? Who's the next influencer who can use this to push our product?
Rodriguez was described as full of love with a bright future. She had been accepted into nearly 20 colleges and universities before her death last October. Now, the company behind Alani Energy Drinks, Glazer's Beer and Beverage has not yet responded to the lawsuit. Well, Iran has paused oil traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, accusing the U.S. and Israel of ceasefire violations amid Israeli strikes. Iran backed militants in Lebanon. Despite tensions, both sides will hold peace talks in Pakistan this weekend. NBC's Monica Alba reports from Washington.
The fragile truce between the U.S. and Iran surviving, despite Israel's deadly strikes on Lebanon. Israel continues to pummel Hezbollah in southern Lebanon, with yesterday's attacks killing at least 250 people, according to Lebanon's Ministry of Health, which Iran claims violates the ceasefire. The U.S. says that's not the case.
Lebanon is not part of the ceasefire. That has been relayed to all parties.
Today, President Trump telling NBC News Israel is going to scale back the attacks, and Israel says it will begin direct negotiations with Lebanon to disarm Hezbollah. Meanwhile, Vice President Vance will lead a U.S. delegation in Pakistan this weekend on talks for a lasting end to the war in Iran.
We want Iran to not be able to make a nuclear weapon. We want the nuclear fuel, which is something the president has made very clear.
But the Strait of Hormuz is another key sticking point. Before the war, 20% of the world's oil passed through it, but Iran essentially shut down the critical waterway when the fighting began. Now, oil prices are over $100 a barrel. In a Truth Social post this morning, the president said it was agreed a long time ago that the Strait of Hormuz would be open and safe, but very few ships have passed through the channel.
So they're pretty much controlling who can come in, who can come out.
Still, the president tells NBC News he's optimistic a deal can be reached. The ceasefire came just 90 minutes before Trump's deadline to open the strait, or a whole civilization would be destroyed. Tough rhetoric that the administration says resulted in the military campaign pause. But they drew condemnation from Democrats and some Republicans, including former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, a one-time staunch Trump supporter.
He's out of control, and people within the administration need to step up, take responsibility, and rein this in.
The president also had harsh words for NATO, saying allies did not support the U.S. in the war. But NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte told a Washington audience today European allies are doing everything the United States is asking. Monica Alba, NBC News, the White House.
The Department of Justice isn't passing on the NFL hiking prices. Well, we'll tell you more after the break.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. Arguments are underway today in the Live Nation antitrust trial. Dozens of state attorney generals accuse Live Nation and Ticketmaster of illegally monopolizing concerts through exclusive contracts and high fees. The CEO defends their practice as bringing business professionalism to live events. No word yet on when the judge will rule. Meanwhile, the Justice Department is investigating the NFL over its subscription fees. The probe focuses on consumer affordability and fair competition. It started after Senator Mike Lee questioned whether the NFL streaming package violated the 1961 Sports Broadcasting Act. The NFL says its model is the most fan-friendly in sports, and that 87% of games are free. A small donation for a big impact coming up, how a local school is giving back to childhood cancer research.
Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber. I'm in San Padre Island attending the National Tropical Weather Conference here, where a lot of very smart people, respected experts in the field, are giving their take on what hurricane season 2026 could be offering us in the coastal bend and across the rest of the coastal U.S. that has to worry about hurricane season every year. But there are some indications we might not have as much to worry about. I mean, last year was a pretty good year for South Texas, right? So hopefully we can keep that trend going. There are some indications that favor that outcome, but it's not a guarantee. So we will continue to watch, bring you all the latest from the conference here as we go through the forward days and in our upcoming Hurricane Special Plan Prepare Survive. But let's talk about the great thing that's happening back home. Some rainfall. We've seen some of that here down in the valley and along SPI, but showing you the radar. These showers moved in this afternoon, and it just started as a little batch, few rumbles of thunder for our more inland and southern neighborhoods. This has really expanded in coverage to a lot more of our coastal Bend neighborhoods. Let's zoom in a little bit closer. There are some yellows on the radar here, so those are some slightly higher rainfall totals. Of course, as I mentioned, the southern neighborhoods, we're seeing the bulk of it. Kingsville right now just getting a good drink of rainfall, as well as anyone who's around Baffin Bay right now. So this has been a pretty good drink of rainfall moving across Claiborne County, and it will be for our neighbors in Wessex County. So if you are near Driscoll Bishop, heading into the London neighborhood and the west side of Corpus Christi, this may hold on and bring some good beneficial rainfall to your yard here soon. There's also been the darker shades of green here on the radar. So our neighbors up in the Sinton area, Taft, you just had a good downpour, and this is expanding out toward Port Aransas and even up into the Rockport Fulton area. If Foothills, you're kind of on the leading edge of that. You should get some of these showers moving into your area here probably in about the next half hour or so. But let's take a closer look with the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network and show you what's going on along Highway 77. I wanted to highlight kind of the west side, the Calallen area and up in Odom, and show you some of the neighborhood weather stations accumulations for this rainfall from just this afternoon. This is today's rainfall. So picking up on anywhere from 2/10 of an inch, just shy of it. 0.19 is, we'll call that 2/10, and just shy of 3/10, 0.29 for some of our neighbors out in the Calallen, Robstown area. So this has been a pretty eventful afternoon for our neighbors there. What about further south in Kingsville, where we showed you some of those heavier rainfall totals under the yellow? Yes, looking to be pretty fruitful for our neighbors off southwest Kingsville, Texas, at 1.34 inches of rainfall, and even Bishop Badger Meadowbrook showing some decent rain there, 0.34. So hey, 3/10 in an afternoon. That's great. We'll keep it going. For our neighborhood station, Riviera Beach Pier, 0.03 of an inch is not a whole lot, but again, that's where some of the lighter rainfalls happen, and we have more rainy days ahead. This rain is going to keep coming. We've seen a lot more of the coverage this afternoon. That coverage is going to start to break up a bit heading into the overnight period. We still have more showers that we're expecting. It's a good idea to expect a soggy commute for Friday, but the coverage is going to start to break up a bit, and I think by the time we head into the Friday evening time frame, when many of us are trying to make some plans to kick off the weekend, we'll be okay. It's a good idea to keep an eye on the radar. Maybe have a backup plan, a raincoat just in case, but we need the rain, right? So here's how the next couple of hours are going to go. Notice those showers indicated here. As we go forward in time, temperature is not going to change a whole lot. We'll get a bit of a break around midnight, and then it looks like another wave of these showers start to move in from the same direction. Our southern or more inland neighborhoods first, heading into the morning time frame. That's a wet commute for those of you around Corpus Christi, SPID, Saratoga, Ocean Drive, going to be a bit of a soggy commute for Friday morning. Keep that in mind already. But if you're trying to make those Friday night plans, look at how things start to dry up heading into the afternoon. So we'll show you a look at the 7-day forecast for our neighbors in Rockport and Fulton. We have a couple more opportunities for rainfall. They won't all be as good, but very, very encouraging.
Stephanie, thank you. The city of Portland is celebrating WinFest. You're looking at video from last year's event. The festivities just kicked off a few minutes ago with the carnival and games. There will also be a parade at 6. Numerous musical acts will be there all weekend long starting tomorrow. Visit our website, christv.com, for more info on the events. A big financial boost for triumph over kid cancer. Today, the Student Council of Windsor Park donated nearly $800 to the nonprofit. That money will be used for research in the fight against childhood cancer. Windsor Park has made this donation for many years, which means a lot meant to Mechlin Reagan, the co-founder of TOKC.
For the last several years now, they've voted to donate those funds to TOKC, which is incredibly important, not just for awareness for pediatric cancer particularly in this population, as many of them have friends that have cancer.
Mechlin and her brother James co-founded the group together. Sadly, he died in 2014 from bone cancer. The siblings both went to Windsor Park. Mechlin says she's happy to see the kids at Windsor Park give back. A school field trip takes an unexpected turn when a dog needs rescuing. We'll show you the heroic effort next.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
A second grade field trip in Arizona turned into a real-life lesson in teamwork. Students from the Chandler Unified School District were on a bus when drivers spotted a dog stuck in a canal. One of the drivers and a parent chaperone jumped into action. The parent waded into the slippery water to reach the exhausted animal. After about 15 minutes of working together, they hoisted the dog to safety.
I did not realize how strong the current was. I did not realize how slippery it was. The sides are so steep, I had no idea. I couldn't even get out on my own.
The rescuers hope the experience shows the students that people still want to do the right thing. Artemis 2 is scheduled to splash down tomorrow, and you'll be able to catch it right here with us. The day's long mission is finally coming to an end off the coast of San Diego, my hometown, sometimes after 7 p.m. tomorrow. Now, we're going to be streaming the event for everyone to watch. You can watch it on our 6 Plus app or look for it on our Chris 6 YouTube page. Scripps News will continue with live coverage throughout the evening. We hope you will tune in. Well, that's all the time we have for now. Thank you so much for watching Chris 6 News. We'll be back at 6 o'clock with more news from your neighborhood.